comes to Divock Origi. He's won the European Cup.
Hi, good evening. Hope everyone can hear me. We're back with the Cop Talk. It's been a while. I mean, I'm not even used to seeing my face on screen. However, we've got a good show here today lined up. I think it's going to be really, really interesting of a show for us to talk about based on the antiques of yesterday. But we're going to save all that for the speakers to talk about. So we've got some pretty good speakers here. But before we go into that, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Footsie app. If you guys have not yet used the Footsie app for all your footballing needs, you can organize social matches, you can organize proper tournaments, futsal, on field. The Footsie app is the app for you. It's all free. You can just go in there and use it. Please download the Footsie app. Thank you, Footsie Malaysia, for sponsoring our shows. So without further ado, I'm going to call in the first speaker of the day, and I've got Mr. Dave B in the house. Hey, come on, Dave. You're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been long. It's been long. Lesena, good to see you again. And we are back on the KOPTAK.my. Wow, season 3, yeah? Wow.
Yeah,
3.
man. Season 3. All right. Okay, the next speaker we have in the house is Mr. One guy who's really emotional because his favorite Liverpool player left the club, shining high, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm going to introduce him without further ado, Mr. Hidayat Fitri.
Hey. Hi, Sena. Happy to see you again. And Dave, hi all. And missing you to all viewers.
We have, of course, my brother from another mother, the guy who pretty much came up with this idea alongside me, Mr. Puvarasan in the house. How's it going?
Hello everyone. Good evening.
I think you can see by his post already how we are feeling about what happened yesterday. So
hi, Putri Guru.
Long time. Hi. We were still in that mood. So probably I'm the only one mourning now with the black color.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Why mourn? The season is over, right? Based on a lot of people. Ravinesh, thanks for watching. Those of you watching out there, please keep the comments coming. We're not expecting a huge volume of people watching because it's post-match, of course. But we still got a lot to talk about. But we're going to keep this show, 40 minutes or so. So, yeah. Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I'm going to get into it. I think a lot of things were said pre-season, Community Shield, and the real ball game started yesterday. And I actually, if Kishan is joining the show, I don't know whether he will, but I actually did predict a 2-2 draw. I actually predicted that, and Kishan was
it was you then.
It's going to be
it was you then.
No, he said it's going to be a 1-3. No, they will score 1, but we will come back with 3 goals. So I'm like, no, it's going to be a 2-2 game. But then, these predictions, we are not prediction gurus. We're just footy gurus behind Puva. But I really looked at our performances, and it was just, it troubled me from the lineup itself. So we're going to go into the lineup, and I'm going to ask you guys, do you think the lineup was satisfied? Okay, we've got a whole lot of injury issues. Now, when do we not have injury issues? But do you think the lineup itself was pleasing to you guys? I'm going to start with Puva.
Um, Speaking about the lineup, I think that's the best we could have played, and I think except the Darwin Nunes, Bobby Firmino uh, thing, I think the rest actually spot on by Jurgen Klopp. I think we couldn't have fielded a better midfield three apart from that Endo, Thiago, and Fabinho. I think that's pretty forward, and the back four is pretty forward. And I think obviously keeper Alisson back into the team. But I think the only position I think Jurgen Klopp got it wrong yesterday was the centre forward number 9. I think the decision to play Bobby Firmino in a way backfired because I think Bobby Firmino was for his standard was very poor, and literally we never had a shot on target for almost an hour into the game.
Yeah.
That actually summarized our evening yesterday. Like it's solely into the team, not the pitch, dry pitch or whatever it is. It's not down to that. It's down to our team. The mindset was not right. Something was not right about the team. We started so poorly, and the lineup was I would give nine out of 10 for the lineup. Nothing wrong with the lineup. Nothing wrong with the lineup. We were good enough with the lineup. We were good enough to actually beat Fulham, a promoted side. A promoted side like we always had for the past couple of season opener. Leeds, Norwich, now Fulham. We all expected, everyone, even the rival fans expected 3 points for Liverpool yesterday. But credit to Fulham, man. I think we need to give credit to Fulham. They took the game to us. They were far better side than us for, I would say, for 60 minutes. For 60 minutes, I think they were the better team. So regarding lineup, I have no complaints. I think, I mean, no complaints or criticism should be given to Jurgen Klopp yesterday regarding the lineup.
Yeah.
It's other aspect of the game.
Cannot criticize Jurgen Klopp. Come on, Pova. We know better than that. Right?
Yeah. No, when it comes to lineup, because we are speaking about lineup now.
Yeah.
He got it nine out of 10 because the only position he got it wrong.
You can't ask for better lineup lah. Can't ask for better lineup. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. So
Okay,
that's my thought of it. Lineup was fine.
Okay, let's see whether there's any other point of view here. Hidayat smiling already. Oh, boleh kira batang gigi itu berapa. Hidayat, what's your thoughts then?
Okay, as usual, I'm not being safe, but I'm being myself. Not gonna moan about the lineup because even on paper we are far better than Fulham. Not to being arrogant, but as Puba said, there's nothing wrong with the lineups. We've been playing with the same lineup. A season ago, or maybe some players even played since Klopp came in, and the one thing that I feel something wrong, or the main factor that brought us to the draw is the gameplay itself. As we saw the game, it started very slow, very poorly for us, Liverpool, and we couldn't even find some good moves until late of the first half, until we saw Diaz uncounted goal. Okay, but before then we've been on the back foot since the kickoff, and I'd love to see, credit to Fulham again, because I'd love to see them making us hard, especially during the goal kicks, where the goalkeepers tend to kick a long ball pass forward beyond our back four, who is playing a very high line as usual. And things happen, and the only thing that I'm going to blame last night is only about maybe the tactical, or can't say fatigue or whatever. It's only the first game, and the preseason is over, and you can't seem to say this. The preseason is still in the mind. The Community Shield is still there. It's not finished yet. And yeah, maybe we can say the team they are playing yesterday is not ready yet.
Okay, not ready yet. Dave B, do you have a different opinion?
Um, no, I don't think I'm going to disagree with even Pua or yourself or even Hidayat. We were poor in the first half. That wasn't the first half that actually I was expecting from Liverpool. Fulham made that such a difficult game for us. I'm very sure that Klopp's going to take this onto the dressing room or on the drawing board, getting a lot of criticism. I mean, probably the criticism could come from any of the um football analytical people, or even um, the staff of Jurgen Klopp as well. Um, to me, it wasn't good in the first half, but like what Pua said was right. The lineup was 9 out of 10. If it would have been 10 out of 10 if he played an out and out right striker, Darwin Nunez. But I think I have to give credit to Fulham. Probably the boss doesn't want to give the credit to Fulham, but I have to give the credit to Fulham. I think if Fulham plays in this way, the aggression and kind of stuff they can maintain up to end of the season. I mean, it's not easy to be a champion in Sky Bet Championship. So they deserve that point. They played well first half. Probably 60 minutes they had all the possessions and control over the game. Darwin Nunes, Carvalho, even Elliott made the change. The other factor that I see what happened in this game, we had almost um, 30 plus, or even on the range of 30 years old players on the field fielded for the first time. That is another factor that Jurgen has to look at. Um, it's not going to work for most of the time. Yes, they are all been playing together for seasons, but it's not a disrespect to the team. Whatever the manager makes the decision, but there are some psychological factors that he has to look at, and the physicality, and he has to look at all these factors to avoid all this sort of results in the past, because you know that why we dropped or we even lost the title to Man City last season. It was just 1 point. All these games that you should pick up the point where you should. We didn't, and I hope we do in the past. I mean, in future, by not doing all these mistakes.
Okay.
But yeah, Premier League, man. So it's back, and what do you expect?
Okay. Let's go to the next point here, Hidayat. What was so, like what Puva said, giving a lot of credit to Fulham. Fulham did a good job against this Liverpool team. This Liverpool team is not a joke of a Liverpool team. Of course, you win some, you lose some. I like a comment that Puva gave yesterday as well, that you can't afford these kind of draws. These are the things where, in the end of the day, it goes down to the wire, and then we are missing out on 1 point or 2 points. These are the kind of games that we will look back and we'll feel like, what on earth were we doing? What on earth were we smoking? What on earth were we thinking to not kill off this kind of games? All right. It's not about, we are no longer that team 5 seasons ago. In one game, we can afford to hit the bar and say, we hit the bar, luck was not there. That's rubbish. We're no longer there. We have moved forward and we are a formidable force in world football today. So what really did Fulham really do quite well, in my opinion? I don't know whether you agree with me. In my opinion, I think we had a lot of, if you look at how we were playing through the back, we had a lot of plays going through Alcantara. We had a lot of plays going through Alcantara, and he was moving across, and we were really immediately trying to get the ball to him to see what he can do. I think they covered Alcantara and pressured him really well. And that is why a lot of the things in the first half, the first 45 minutes, didn't work. Because if you look at it, they were easily two teaming, double teaming, triple teaming Alcantara the whole time. Okay?
Yeah, they
Sorry,
were.
I'm using a football term, but they were really triple teaming him. No matter where he went across the middle line, he was always being triple team or double team. So I think they covered him very well. That's my opinion why 45 minutes we just couldn't do jack. But what's your thoughts? Well, what did Fulham really do? And what were you impressed with in Fulham's display yesterday?
Okay, what's impressive about Fulham is, yeah, they don't let Liverpool play. They don't even let us hold the ball that much. And then again, two banks of four during defending. That always gonna fail Liverpool if they went slow and just move the ball around here, there, and everywhere. And then we don't have such player that have a sleek movement, just like our abang tulang belakang before the most recent one lah. Okay, we don't have a super dribbler to unlock the defense when there are two lines of four defending in front of us. And yes, throughout the years, I can see that if Liverpool facing a team that are stubborn enough and also very disciplined during defending, especially with the 8 players behind the balls. But Fulham gone 10 behind the balls last night, or the whole team behind the ball when we are playing. Liverpool find it difficult because we've been playing a fluid football, fast football before with Salah and Mane at the wings, and maybe with the mobility of Gini Wijnaldum before those years. And now we have limited resources, I can say, with the injuries, and also the when, as you said, Sena, when our midfielders have been locked earlier in the game, they've been marked very tight, like Thiago, or maybe sometimes even Fabinho can't really control or monitor the defensive line very well before the defenders. So we will find it difficult as when the opposition team tend to put 2 lines in front of the penalty box, then we don't have that X factor of creativity to unlock defenders. So that's why we are stuck and got lack of maybe tries towards a goal. Even though we had, I think, about 600 passes throughout the game, but that doesn't matter. Passes would win. Passes would win you games, guys. It's goals wins games. Okay. And then, yes, as I said earlier, I love the idea that Fulham pump the ball further in the field. Okay, beyond Van Dijk or even Matip, and with the stubbornness of their strikers, who's the white hair, and then they tend to make our defenders a hard days out last night. And yes, they managed to score with I can say there is a surprise goal, actually, both goals. And we actually, yes, we are lucky. We are lucky enough. Klopp bring out Darwin early on, and the fumble in front of the goal. It should have been against Darwin's goal, actually, to be honest. But I don't know what he's doing. And then luckily Salah poked it in to for us to manage to seek out a single point.
Come on, we needed Salah to score that goal because I'm pretty sure Puva captained Salah on fantasy yesterday. So Salah needed to score. So now let's go to Puva. Puva, what you said it earlier, Puva. You said it credit to Fulham. We're giving credit to Fulham in what area? What were you really impressed with?
I think as you said earlier, like they didn't let our midfielders, especially Thiago, to have ball for a long time on his feet, meaning that they actually pressed very well. They really pressed very well. It was the evidence yesterday. Like first, I thought it was 5 minutes into the game. Fulham tried to put will improve, and then we will have all the rhythm and everything. Unfortunately, didn't happen, and that's where the weariness kicked in. Like we were really started to worry. Like something is not wrong today. Like not sure whether it's the mindset or I'm not so sure whether our players took Fulham for granted. I probably the mentality wasn't right. I think the only player who actually like really took it to himself and then tried to win the game for us yesterday was Darwin Nunes, in my opinion, because only when he came in, he tried to find all the spaces behind the defenders, and that's where. Hello,
Yep.
can you guys hear me?
Can,
Yes.
can, can.
I think Darwin Nunes in a way changed. Darwin Nunes changed the game for us because only when he came in, he tried to find all the spaces behind the defenders, and that's where Salah actually came into the game. Until Bobby Firmino was in the game, Salah was off as well, and
Yep.
we let Luis Diaz himself struggle. Like he himself suffered. We let Luis Diaz to suffer yesterday. Like everything goes through him, and it was easy for Fulham to actually man mark Luis Diaz. And
Correct.
Yep.
credit to Nunes, man. Some Liverpool fans calling his first goal, I mean his goal against Fulham yesterday like as a fluke. I just don't get it because he actually attempted the similar thing 5 minutes before he scored that goal.
Yep. That's not a fluke, lah. No way. That's
And
a
the
fluke.
second
Correct?
and the second attempt from Darwin Nunes, it wasn't a fluke because just 5 minutes before that he actually tried to do the same thing, and he actually
Yep.
almost scored. He actually almost scored. So for me, I will give full credit to Fulham because, as you all aware, that before the season start, all the prediction, the first team to go down, they said it's Fulham. They said it's a yo-yo club. They will definitely go down. Same spoken about Bournemouth as well. Irony was Bournemouth won yesterday, and Fulham got up. Probably don't deserve the draw against us. They deserve a victory against us. We were piss poor yesterday, man. We were piss poor. We
Okay.
some fans
Hold on.
some fans in
Lot
social
more.
media no some fans in social media already started to congratulate Man City for winning the Premier League. You know what's the most disappointing thing here? Okay, I
They
know
haven't played
nobody.
one minute of league football yet, and they're already we're giving the title to
I
them already.
I know no team could go all the whole season like winning all 38 games. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Never happened before.
Yep.
You could afford to draw certain games, but in this era, we were same era as this mad Man City side.
Yep.
Any draw feels like a defeat. But
Yep.
please don't go and drop points to a promoted side. That's
Yeah. So we're talking about it earlier. Like I was
you.
telling
If we are drawn to away to Spurs, that's fine.
okay,
Away
that's
to
okay.
Chelsea, fine.
We
You
can
know,
draw against the top 6. I'm happy,
yes,
but you don't.
yes,
These kind
but
of things you have to do.
not to a promoted side. That's what
Yeah.
actually in a way embarrassing because some of our fan bases actually trying to justify that. Come on, this is just a first game. We have 37 games to go. Exactly, you are right. And then they're comparing with Man City, who lost the first game last season against Spurs and still go on to win the league. You can't compare it. It was Spurs. It wasn't Fulham. It wasn't a promoted side.
Correct.
But for me, yes, I am I am I am footy guru. I am not Jurgen Klopp. I am saying that we lost because we were shite. Okay, it's not because of the pitch, dry pitch, or the grass. The grass was longer. The weather wasn't right. Sorry, man. Sorry. We
Let,
lost
let,
because we
let,
were not good enough.
Okay, let's go to Dave. Dave B. What were you? I mean, do you agree with what Puva and Hidayat are saying? That means, Dave. What I wanted to ask you specifically is, in net. We couldn't take off. Huh? I mean, I think we only ended up switching gears. In all fairness, we only switched from gear two to gear three, maybe post 37 minutes. And second half we moved to gear four, which is very unlike Liverpool. So would you then agree that if we had moved into gear in the first 15 minutes, after the first 10 to 15 minutes, this would have been a completely different ball game. It would have been a different outcome. It would have been very comfortable. We could have played our football, bullied Fulham around, and came up with the results of 2 goals or something like that. Are you in agreement with that?
No, regardless any tactical or any kind of punch you want to put into the game, I have a point here where we actually finished with the game with a midfield of Milner, Henderson, and Elliott. I mean, that's not good as it needs to be, but it did it did do better than Thiago, Fabinho, and Henderson did. Of course, you look at Milner and Henderson, 30 plus. Elliot is 17 or 18 or 19. I think he's 19. We had Carvalho. I mean, literally, these three youngsters who came in, Carvalho, Harvey Elliott, and Darwin Nunes, they actually lit it up the the way we should play in the coming games. That's how it should be. You have that blindfold trust on all these aging players. Um, I have one advice from Mr. Klopp. He has to look up to his team and he has to refresh. He has to do a lot of stuff. Of course, I still again. I mean, I we can't blame him for that. The resources that he has to look, he has to use, he has to utilize. He's getting it right. Probably he's trying to get a new algorithm into the way this team play with Darwin Nunes, Fabio Carvalho is there, and he's trying to fit Diaz into that perspective, and we have Jota, who's actually out injured. He's going to come in anytime soon. So he has to work all this during preseason, and this is not the time to try and error. I mean, trial and error in a competitive domestic league. So, like both of them said, probably Pua said the better word. We didn't deserve to win. Yes, I agree with him. No doubt, Fulham were better in the first half. We were better in the second half. Too many subpar performances. We wasted till 60th minute to bring in Darwin Nunes. I thought in the halftime, Klopp would have said to the team that, guys, I'm going to bring Darwin Nunes in and I'm going to bring Carvalho in. So you guys have to work this probably 4-2-3-1, or you have to get used to uh, the energy that swamped by Fulham's player from the first minute of the kickoff. But it didn't happen to the 60th minute, but credit to Darwin Nunes, Carvalho, who actually came and made that the entire system to work. Like I agree with Puva. Salah was seen in the game when Darwin Nunes came in and Carvalho came in and Elliott came in. He was there. And these three guys are just amazing. They should start the next game. I feel that they should start the next game. If Thiago is injured, they are good to go. They are capable of playing with each other. Um, there's no other complaints from me. I will not blame anything else, like the dry pitch and stuff. I
Dave, blaming any small flaw on Liverpool itself. I have to drive to Genting and put $100 on black. But it's a rare occasion. It's a rare occasion.
no,
If Dave does says anything bad about Liverpool, no critique at all from Dave
no,
B.
no. I
What
did
the-
say I did
no.
say we were we were subpar. I mean, we had too many subpar performances.
Yeah, but we're not subpar because the fairy godmother did not wave the wand yesterday. It's because we were just poor, piss poor, like what Puba said. Anyway,
No,
let's go. Let's go. Some comments here, guys. Let's get into the comments.
oh yeah,
Some
yeah.
comments here. Snapshot. Thank you, Napshot Nation, Singapore, for tuning in. Fulham were pesky yesterday. The midfield got the upper hand in the crucial battle. Liverpool were lacking a progressive midfielder. That could be Liverpool's soft underbelly yet again. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. I think valid comment. We'll talk about the midfield situation because we have Fabrizio Devano here with us. So we'll talk about what we're going to do about midfield. We've got Kameyama211328 with a few comments here. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I'm not sure who this is. I've never seen this name before, but thank you. Evening, folks. Take is EPL is the most competitive league in Europe. No one was surprised when Norwich 1-3-0 away to Marseille. In July, it'd be normal for the top 4 to 6 to come across difficult games in the season. EPL wins at the end of the day. Kameyama, we also want to win the EPL at the end of the day. So that's why we're here to talk and critique where things are lacking. Okay, I want to talk about this comment and the social media reaction about the pitch was dry. I'm sorry, a lot of people gave me a lot of slack also. And again, the issue is context. The issue is context, right? And in my everyone's, all of you will have your say, chill. But in my opinion, when we are portraying that we are arguably the best, one of the best top 3, top 5 football clubs in the world, all I'm trying to say is, yeah, in context, Klopp did of course take accountability and say that we were just poor. We played horrible. We didn't deserve what we should have got otherwise. But I think this kind of comments in the end, whether it is valid or not, whether it's actually fact, whether you say, hey,
Sorry, Sena, can I actually tell you what he meant by the pitch was dry? He was saying that Fulham made it difficult for them. So that was the meaning of the pitch.
But my point is, those kind of statements don't be made lah.
Yeah.
So I just felt that I've got nothing. Like, I think this has nothing to do against Klopp or whatever. I think in the end of the day, we have got issues.
Now you gotta excuse him because he's probably translating from German to English.
Whatever it takes to actually back up Jurgen Klopp, man. Come on. Even Hidayat Fitri, being a Germany national team hardcore fan, would feel that.
No, that's what I feel. He's trying to translate.
Okay. So let's talk about it. Like I said, I just feel this is not your first season here. This is not your second season here. And we were with you through the downs, and now we are on the rise. And we've been up there for a while. We are one of the formidable forces in world football today. I don't think you need to make that kind of statements. All right? I don't think you need to make that kind of statements. You already gave a lot of context on performance and so on. Why make that statement? All right. So a lot of fans out there, some Liverpool fans I think we received some comments saying that we are, a lot of Liverpool fans are also joining rival fans in taking a swing at Klopp for that pitch was dry comment. But the difference is when we Liverpool fans do it, we do it based on context. All right. We don't need you saying that kind of stuff. You win, you lose, you draw. Right, we are with you, right? We want you to take accountability, but I just feel that he doesn't need to say that kind of stuff. Every other year he's winning best coach, best manager in the world, blah blah blah. Do you think this is what the best manager of the season should be saying? That's my thought. Hidayat, what do you think?
Okay.
I can't let Puva talk first, because if Puva talks, Dave is going to butt in and rebuttal. So I'm going to let Hidayat talk.
Okay. Like you always quote, as you just quote earlier on. Yeah, we love Klopp. He has been coming up with some good lines throughout the years, some good views, some even breathtaking statements and so on. And then, but I don't think it's proper or maybe appropriate to say the pitch was dry and this and so on, because yeah, it's summer by the way. Summer by the way, the pitch should have been dry. And yes, what else would you ask? I'd rather he just blame it maybe on the poor performance, the lecture of the eagerness of the player and so on. But to blame the pitch, to blame the fans, to blame this and so on, I don't think it's a reasonable reason for professionals.
Yep.
But again, maybe I still think that the tactical wise, we have been outdated, or maybe the teams have updated their sources to overcome Liverpool's tactics, because we've been playing the same tactics time and again, season and again, and then our midfields have become very predictable.
I see
Okay.
where Hidayat's going with this. He's gonna say we're playing the same tactic year in, year out, and it's been effective. But this season we're lacking one big component of the strategy.
Actually, no. That's one of the point, but that just let it be because he's been out. But then I think that we have to use Nunez more than ever, because okay, when Nunez came in, just like Uva said, the game changed totally. Okay, apart from playing the passing ball here, there, and everywhere, until but no killer passes in the third, in the final third. We tend to try and find Nunez, who likes to run behind defenders. Okay, that's where the true balls coming in, and Salah become lively and can run. Before, Salah is just nowhere in the game. Okay, and maybe yes, I agree with the statement or the opinions that maybe we have to change our midfield free and try to play those youngsters to try to generate and be the dynamo of the team to make it a more fresher approach.
Okay. Dave replied me earlier about the pitch was dry, so we're gonna let Puva have a go at this and keep it short and sweet. Well,
No.
I know, no, Puva, you and me biggest constructive critics of Jurgen Klopp in our gang and our groups of we are and we always take it from everybody who cannot accept critique at Klopp. But let's hear from Puva here. What's your thoughts on this? How did it make you feel, and what you hope that going forward from this?
No, like what Hidayat said, he was spot on. Like Klopp has said lots of other statements. Whether it's a football related or political takes, his political takes always been respected, not only by Liverpool fans but rival fans as well. Many even saying that he could one day become a German prime minister, because he have all this charismatic character, and then especially his political takes always spot on. Like even the UK, the traditionally rivals, like the German, the English people, the English people actually love Jurgen Klopp, and respect him. But I'm not really surprised with the statement. But because you have done it in the past, like couple of games like never gone his way, his team is very poor. He failed to address what his players actually has done on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yesterday, yes, it's right. I know that one part the pitch was dry, part is became hoo-ha in the social media and everything. But apart from that, he has said something else also. Like he has credited Fulham. He said our play is not good enough, everything. But why you have to mention about the pitch? Because you could say 10 good things, but 9 good things, but one negative thing controversial thing you spoke publicly will become viral, will become the conversation among everyone. So for me, Jurgen Klopp being one of the best without a doubt in football, It is accolades, is the proof for that. You have won the FIFA Best Manager, Premier League Best Manager, Manager Association Manager of the Season, stuff like this. For that standard, that position, he should have avoided that statement, because even Liverpool fans, I'm very sure 90% of them, because people like Dave B belongs to the 10% who actually defend our manager, defend our players, defend our club, even though even though even though inside, deep inside, they know that whatever they're saying is not right. But come on, instead of blaming everything on the pitch, he should have just give the credit to Fulham and move on and try to go and do the postmortem what happened in the team. Okay, he should have taken accountability for himself. He should have said, I will take the responsibility for today's performance. Why he never said that? And I never seen Jurgen Klopp say he take responsibility for today's draw, today's defeat. He never said that. I hope he does that because obviously there will be upcoming defeats, upcoming draws. When your team is not good enough, just openly say that the opponent is better today. We were not good enough. We move on. It's not end of it's not end of the world. We have 37 games to go. We never know what Man City how Man City gonna play today. Okay, we never know how Erling Haaland gonna play today, because early season criticism was they saying they're quoting Darwin Nunes as Uruguayan Andy Carroll. Okay, stuffs like this. But for me, I would say Darwin Nunes already proved everyone wrong.
Yep.
Already proved everyone wrong. Yes, he's not a perfect number 9, but he's delivering. For me, he was sensational against Man City. I think his greatest quality is his ability to find the spaces. That's why we signed him. We never had a player like that under Jurgen Klopp. We never had a player like him under Jurgen Klopp. We always play like a false 9, like a Bobby Firmino type of player, but we never played with a target man like Darwin Nunes under Jurgen Klopp. And I'm surprised he actually quickly adapted to this league and also to our team. It's actually pretty quick. I remember when we signed Peter Crouch under Rafa Benitez, Peter Crouch went 10 games at least without scoring.
15.
True.
Okay, we need to give credit to Darwin Nunes. And for me, Darwin Nunes saved Liverpool and all of us from further embarrassment. Imagine we are talking about this. We are doing this live show.
I think Dave is getting support all the way from Singapore.
Okay.
Because Snapshot has come in.
You can see this now. So there's
that.
no complaints.
There's no complaints, yeah? No, Dave is getting support from Snapshot because Snapshot said this. I think they're echoing what Dave is saying. He probably meant something else. So this is what they think Klopp.
As I said, whatever it takes to back up Jurgen Klopp.
Okay, we got some comments here. Francis, thank you for tuning in. Francis, he also adds, still early about yesterday. Still happy, get 1 point better than you see. Francis, we miss out on the bigger things later by 1 point or 2 points, So I don't know. Now it looks okay. Hey, don't worry. We're all cool. We're Liverpool fans. Whoa, God. Whoa, hey, 1 point only. At the end of the season, we'll be going away. Don't worry, we go again. We go again over here. Susan, I don't know. It's thank you, Francis, for watching. We will go with you. We gotta meet up, and Francis, you gotta tell us how you do it, because it's hurting. It's hurting when we drop points against these kind of games.
If only we won against Fulham. If only we won against Fulham.
If only but Dave at the end of the year, Dave will be, if only the pitch wasn't dry, Unexpected from Klopp, set for it. We should be back strong no matter what. Elangovan, thanks for watching. J139, haven't seen J. Oh, I missed this guy. This guy has good comments every show last time. To resolve Mr. Klopp's problem, a certain CR7 is desperate for a new club, which I will guarantee. Hey! This is sensitive areas. We can't go
You
there.
should have
Vicky,
done that comment yesterday.
okay. Okay. Uh, so the next thing, let's talk about. We clearly got issues in midfield. We clearly got issues in
Hmm.
midfield. As there's a lot of talk about how we're going to address this. I feel Napshot said it earlier. I think that's going to be very crucial. You know, a lot of games are won and lost in midfield. So I'm just thinking, Dave, what's your thought? This is your area, Mr. Fabrizio Devano. What do you think? Are we really going to address this midfield thing in this transfer window or
No,
not?
no.
Okay.
It's very clear that Klopp is very happy with what he has right now. I think
What are you
even
not
he
happy
said,
about the pitch, lah? The pitch is
uh,
not happy.
no, no,
The
no.
team.
No, I will credit Napshot for actually backing me up. He didn't meant that the pitch was right. Actually, the
Not
performance is poor.
not sure how much under table dealing when not sure how much under table dealing has taken
No,
place.
no, it's there's nothing to explain here. But anyway, he shouldn't have said that. I'll go back to that. He shouldn't have said that. Just give credit to Fulham, and I think I'll agree with the rest of you. Should have just give credit to Fulham because I felt Fulham played really, really well. I liked the way Fulham played actually. They really played football. They brought it to us. But to be very honest, I think Klopp is very happy with the midfield. I mean, if I have the check and I was next to him, I would say just sign the check and get Jude Bellingham right now into the team. You need him. So it's not going to happen now. There's nothing going to happen. He still believes. He still
For the
believes.
amount of backing you give Jurgen Klopp in Malaysia, bro, Klopp should listen to you. He should listen to you, okay?
So, no, from what I understand, that the statements that he actually gave after the game, or even before the game, or in any interviews, or for any even what do you call a press conference and stuff like that. He's more like he likes to not to defend himself, not to defend the club. He he likes the way the boys are working for him. Um, um, the amount of trust that he has right now. So that's why I believe that there's not going to be any signings happening unless miracle happens on the 1st of September. But I don't think we're going to sign anyone at the moment. He's very happy with what he has. He's probably happy, and he's probably now looking forward to see if Thiago's injury is not going to be that bad, and if it's that not that bad, I think he's going to come back to into the next game. But looking at Thiago's the way he walked out of the pitch yesterday, I don't think so.
Thiago's
But
definitely out
if
for
if
easily a month or
you
two.
if you
Sure.
ask me personally, get that checkbook out, sign, give it to the give it to Borussia Dortmund, get Jude Bellingham in right now, because you have been talking about this for months and months. Just go and get that guy, that boy, and come in. And we have no other targets at the moment, because what we want right now is him. And there is a talk that we're going to do a pre-agreement signing like what we did with Naby Keita bit, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon right now. And um, and depends on the departure of Ox, or probably we don't even extend Naby Keita's contract. And if we have suitors for Ox, probably we'll look at signing another midfielder, but nothing's going to happen. It's a
Okay.
serious issue. It's a serious issue. We are going into Champions League.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Come, we're running out of time. Let's get the take from Puva and Hidayat, and then let's move forward.
Um, no signing coming in. I mean, it's pretty sure. I'm not Fabrizio Devano, but I could say that no signing coming in because Jurgen Klopp even yesterday in the press conference said that we have 8 midfielders. Why I need to bring another one?
yep. Yeah, he did say
And
that.
like Thiago seems like a bad hamstring. He said it already, and I could see that he will be out for 2 months.
Easy.
He could be out for 2 months. Even if
Yeah,
if he can come back to the recovery by 1 month, I think it will take at least, I mean, close to 2 months to for him to back to the action, which is for me it's a massive blow for us. Massive,
Huge.
massive blow for us. Fabinho is Fabinho's pace is worrying for me. He's too slow, man. He's not himself like how he used to be like earlier last season, like first half of last season and the season before. If you guys could notice, he's very slow when it comes to recoveries. Whenever
mm,
he had to chase the opponent players from and protect our back four, is always late.
Yeah.
That's that is the reason why Jurgen Klopp
We've
taking
seen
him
that
out yesterday.
for a few games, right? We've seen that a few
Few
games now.
games. It baffles me because the whole summer Jurgen Klopp was after Chomeny from AS Monaco, who is actually a midfielder, and then Jurgen Klopp in recent times actually claiming that he don't need a midfielder. I just don't get that part. You were after Chomeny with the whole summer, personal terms were agreed, and then came certain Kylian Mbappe who decided to stay in PSG, which made Real Madrid to push Chomeny, and then they signed, because I'm very sure if Mbappe joined Real Madrid,
Yeah.
it Liverpool would have signed Chomeny, who would
Easily.
have been a huge difference in midfield. Huge,
Yep.
huge difference in midfield. And why you are claiming that we don't need a midfielder, but you yourself were after a midfielder the whole summer. You yourself know clearly that we need a midfielder.
We need that, right? Yeah.
Guys, we finished 2 seasons with a 1 point off by Man City, and we finished runner up clearly because we were one body short in the midfield. One body short in the midfield. Why City won the league? Because they had one body in the midfield, extra body in the midfield, in the name of Bernardo Silva or Kevin De Bruyne, to win them the league,
yep,
to
yep,
win them the league themselves by themselves. We don't we Our midfield has always been flat. Our
mm,
midfield's role is to protect our center backs, because we allow our fullbacks to go forward. And
yep,
as Hidayat said, that our issue for few seasons already is we are too predictable. We are too predictable.
Yep.
We are too predictable. By being too predictable, we actually end up winning one league title, and we came twice, almost that close to actually win the league. Imagine if we had one more midfielder, world class midfielder, creative midfielder. I am very sure that we have already won 3 league titles in a row.
Unless
I'm
definitely.
unless
very sure about it.
unless unless the pitch was dry again.
Unless the pitch was dry. Exactly. Because I remember once in Goodison Park, the season we finished, the first time we finished 1 point.
I
Uh,
remember that. Oh, I remember that.
he blamed it on the weather. He said it was windy.
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
what Napshot Studios gonna say about it. You know, stuffs like this. It's pretty clear that we were one body short in midfield, because it's pretty evident that Thiago is not reliable because he himself is injury prone. How
yeah.
many times he got injured ever since he joined us? Keita is made of glass. Well known fact.
Yep,
Jones got injured after 4 minutes of appearances in preseason.
yep,
Oxlade Chamberlain being Oxlade Chamberlain. We can't
yep,
even we can't even entitled to sell him now. Nobody gonna buy him. His injury is very bad. Fabinho, yes, he is world class. He could easily regain back. The next game against Crystal Palace, he would put a 10/10 performance. He's capable of it, but he
mm,
himself is not consistent. Okay, the thing that baffles me the most was we needed a Yorkshire-born 36-year-old Yorkshire-born James Milner to came in to stabilize that midfield.
yep,
You needed James Milner to come in and stabilize the midfield. As Dave B said, that we ended the game with James Milner, Elliott, and
and
Carvalho in midfield.
Carvalho. Yep,
And all the senior midfielder let the team, let the fans down.
yep,
So to answer you whether we need a midfielder or not, it's a well-known fact. We need a midfield. If it goes on like this, I am worried that Spurs could pip us for the second placement.
Yep, yep.
I honestly feel. I honestly feel. I
I think Arsenal fans are already saying they are finishing top 3, and they were not sure. But after our draw yesterday, they said they are taking our top 3 spot. They told me that.
I'm not
So
sure about that, but because of the Conte factor, Conte is an elite manager. Conte is elite manager. Arteta, we still can't judge him. Whether it's a world class manager or still
Arteta
someone like
won't
he's
say
still in
fish
learning
fry
process.
or wet ball, bro. See, Arteta
Still,
won't say
still. I hope when we play Crystal Palace next, and the most important, we travel to Old Trafford. I really hope they don't let the pitch dry, lah. Serious, please, because we are not winning any game when the pitch was dry.
yeah, because I'm sorry, we're rubbing in that statement because you got a Crystal Palace that's trying to prove a point, okay, and they love playing us. They really love playing us. They are a bogey team for us. They love playing us. They'll take us on Anfield. They'll take us on Bukit Jalil, pitch wet or dry. They will take us on. But the fact is, that you've got tough matches ahead. It's always tough when you're Liverpool. You got tough matches. When you say this kind of things, it kind of look like you're kind of. Are you not confident with the team? That's what I'm looking at when
It's not.
Klopp says
It's not.
this kind of thing.
It's not
Right?
that we are not confident. We are. It's
No,
it's
bro,
it's
no, no,
pretty
no.
clear.
No, my thoughts are, Klopp, are you confident with the team or were you actually not confident with the team? When they play that kind of performance, are you not confident enough that you can turn it around because you have a lot of injured players? I mean, because your game plan yesterday, which was very clear, Alcantara was supposed to control the midfield, but they shut him off. So you didn't know what to do. Everybody could see yesterday, Klopp went through a whole different cycle of Jurgen Klopp on the sidelines. He went through a Bielsa moment or so yesterday. Everybody saw that, which we don't see. So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
it's really, really quite, it's quite a bit of a tricky thing. But anyway, to wrap up the show, let's move on to wrap it up. Hidayat, your final thoughts on our midfield and what are your hopes? I think we play Palace Tuesday. We're not playing Saturday, Sunday. I think we're playing Palace Tuesday. So we'll be back again next week, Sunday, to talk about a pre-show. But yeah, Hidayat, what's your thoughts?
Okay, short and simple. As we said earlier, said last season and all, we need a creative midfielder who can unlock defenses when it's tight. That's it. Because talking about midfielders, we had a number of midfielders, reliable midfielders that can play our system, but we are lacking the killer pass in the final third to get us a bigger opportunity to score goals, and that's it. Dave.
Dave.
But
Wrap up.
no,
Are you waiting for snapshot videos?
no, I no, I've got nothing to say about the first game. I think I said enough. We
I don't think so
looking forward.
because we chose to not critique enough. So you actually didn't say enough.
No, I'm looking forward for the Crystal Palace game anyway. Like you said, they're always a bogey team for us. They always love to play against us. I hope we finish with a winning note on the game. Of course, it's on Tuesday. I mean Monday night football. Um, as far as what we need right now, I think probably Klopp will say that he's enough with midfields and stuff, but I think that's for the media. But I think he knows that for the fact that he needs to sign at least one or two right now. Uh, I really hope that he goes.
Okay. Pua, your thoughts on Crystal Palace? Of course, we'll be back next week to really dissect it. God knows what's going to happen during this week in training and stuff like that. I really don't know, but
If maybe we can have Gerrard or David Beckham back, we'll get use of Nunez very good, very big time.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. Seriously.
Gerrard or David Beckham.
I didn't want to go into it too much because I know the game's done. Like I said, we're having a post show, so post show usually has got lesser hype than a pre show. I was very disappointed with Trent yesterday. I was really disappointed. I think he
Yeah.
played a very, 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 very bad game. It wasn't subpar. It was just horrible by his standards. And if you really analyze the game, which is I'm sure all of us do. We're not just looking at the ball. We're looking at the game. There are a few times the guy wasn't even on his toes. He wasn't running. He wasn't jogging. He wasn't moving. And he was and when you know that, like what Puva and Dave and yourself, Hidayat said, rightfully said, the subs came on and really tried to bring some fire into the game, and they were urging people forward, and everybody was responding to that kind of play that they were bringing in. But this guy was not. He was just whatever. So I don't know what happened
No,
there.
even Senna, you could see how furious Klopp was.
Yeah, exactly.
He was really not happy. He was shouting at the players, and he's trying to motivate them. And I think the three players who actually came in just lit it up everyone.
Yeah, yeah. So
We were,
that's also one of the
I
that's also
I
one
I
of
would
the
agree that we were very very lucky to have that point. Fulham
yeah.
deserved to win. I think they played really good football. I mean, they are champions for a reason. They really played. I mean, I really love the way Fulham played. They were impressive. Even they got a draw, but I don't think they deserve to get a draw. They should have won against us.
Yep, yep, yep. No, I don't know. It's something's definitely up, and he's got to fix it. And that's why sometimes you get teams that when you switch a core team across 2-3 seasons, every 2-3 seasons you keep switching a core team. Those kind of new fire comes. It revitalizes a team. We are running the risk of of having the same bunch of players with the same bunch of strategies, same bunch of things. There's nothing new about it at all, at all. And I'm not saying that we're not effective, but like what Puva, I think rightfully said, a lot of teams, Hidayat, you said it as well, a lot of teams already kind of know our place, they understand us, they know that if they have to, it's worth the time putting in to prepare against Liverpool because otherwise we'll make you look horrible that day. So I kind of agree with what you guys about. Puva, yeah, your last words, please.
Yes, the game is done. Nothing can be done after this because yes, we are entitled to mourn about it because this is a post-match show. So I think pretty much everything been concluded. It's been said. Looking forward for this next game. But the thing is, right? First game we had an early kickoff, lunchtime on Saturday, and the next one is Monday night football. Doesn't sound really good for us because
I know. It's horrible.
this is the fixtures. This is the fixtures. The Monday night football and the early kickoff. These
Where
are
we
the
sleep-
fixtures in the
where we
past that
sleep.
we always draw points. We
Yeah.
always draw points. And
And,
Palace
and, it- and, it-
definitely.
and, it- and it's and it's Crystal Palace against Crystal Bull.
And Palace lost to us in Singapore in preseason, and definitely they will have a say. And against Arsenal, I watched the game. Crystal Palace were the better team in the second half. They really tried and they pushed
Yep.
Arsenal to the
Yep.
wire. So don't expect a easy run for us because now we are short of bodies in the midfield as well. And I think one of my biggest criticism for Klopp is obsession towards 4-3-3. His
Oh my
obsession
God,
towards
bro.
4-3-3.
I know.
When you know that Trent Alexander-Arnold, his weakness is when it comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold is clearly weak when it comes to defending crosses. He has done it in Champions League final as well. He has done it in certain number of games in the past in the league games as well. Yesterday, you guys saw how Mitrovic bullied him on the hair with that crossing. For me, he's allergic to jumping, man. He's allergic to jumping whenever the crosses came in. He just, even you guys notice in the Community Shield when Alvarez scored that goal, few seconds
watching.
before the crossing,
He was watching.
He was watching. He didn't even
Yep.
pay attention to Alvarez or any attackers, Man City attackers. Clearly, that's the weakness of his game. I wish one day we play like the setup of Antonio Conte. We play three at the back. We have four very good defenders, centre backs. Why not you play three at the back? Use Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold as a wing back, as a attacking wing back, and then two midfielders, and then let the front three do the job. I mean, in front. Why we never tried that? I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand. When things
Yeah.
don't work your way, you need to do some tinkering to your formations, for your tactics. Yesterday clearly didn't work for us, and Thiago came off. Yes, the three people who came in actually made the difference. Fair enough. But why Jurgen Klopp always obsessed with 4-3-3? It's clearly shown that Trent Alexander-Arnold is biggest downfall of his game, and possibly the only reason why he couldn't make it to the first 11 of English national team, because he clearly lacked that defensive factor that Kyle Walker and Reece James actually have in them. It's not
Yeah.
about attacking. It's you are a right back. You are a right back. Your first quality should be defending.
Yep.
I think to get best of Trent Alexander-Arnold and for the benefit of the team, I hope Jurgen Klopp one day realize that why not use a different formation when you have three world-class centre backs. Three world-class centre backs. Matip, Konate, and Van Dijk can form that back three would be solid.
Yeah.
That back three could be solid. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson could be just. It's just a simple example. I want to hear from you guys. Imagine we loan both Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson to Spurs, and Conte gonna use both of them as his wing backs. I am very sure I will put my money on Spurs to win the league. 100%.
Yep.
Imagine Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson, and your front three of Kane, Son, Kulusevski. They will definitely win the league.
Yep.
Yep.
We,
Easy.
that's my I want to see some difference in our gameplay. Obviously, I don't want us to be too predictable. Yes, bring on Crystal Palace to Anfield, Monday Night Football. I'm worried about it, but yes, the midfield thing is quite worrying, man. We really short our bodies in midfield. You know, at this moment, I think we're gonna play with Anderson, Milner, and possibly Elliot
Elliot,
against Crystal Palace.
that looks like the setup.
Let's look like that.
Yeah,
That looks
anyway,
like that.
we'll talk about Crystal Palace next Sunday. We'll be back with the
Yep.
hopefully the same faces here again to see whether we're in a better mood, and hopefully we'll get an update from Enfield, and hope the pitch is not too dry ahead of the game. Before the game, we'll try to get an update before the game, just to be very clear. But yeah, I mean, what's done is done. We back our team, we back the manager, we go all the way. The next game is coming up. It's very going to be very awkward. But I just like to thank again the Footsie Malaysia app for sponsoring our shows. Please, guys, download the Footsie app if you've not yet downloaded it. Go to the App Store, Play Store, download the Footsie app. You can really use it for a lot of your footballing needs. You can organize friendly matches. You can manage your team. You can manage social tournaments or even proper tournaments. It's such an easy app to use. Download it, please. And I'd like to thank all the fans. Francis, a lot of comments here, Francis. Please stay tuned until next week. We look forward to your comments. Jay, Ilangoan, Kamayama went missing, Nasri, Ravinesh, as well as everybody else who's watching, and the Napshot Studio from Singapore, who's got Dave's silent contract that we probably don't know about, backing him up. Yeah, but Napshot Studio,
No,
guys.
I just want to show something. This is what Darwin Nunes brought into the game yesterday. The amount of space Salah had, and the rest of them played. So I don't understand the statement that Klopp said that Nunes is ready, but he's not necessary whether he starts or not. But I think from the next game onwards, he has to start. That's all.
Okay. All right. So we've come to the end of the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Sir Fahmi, Sir Fahmi coming at the end of the show lah. Come on lah, Sir Fahmi. Kita dah habis
Orang
dah
nak pergi
show.
makan, orang nak pergi makan.
We try to get Sir Fahmi on next week's show. Alright, Sir Fahmi, thank you for
Yeah.
coming in. But we try to get you on next week's show. That's it. We're signing off. Today, prediction. The Manchester team gonna menang tak today? Menang tak? The Manchester teams.
The goat has posted that he's ready. So let's see.
Okay lah, I'll give you this lah.
No, I think West Ham is a good team to play against City. Very good match, but I think too early in the season. Just too early in the season. That's the only. Otherwise, a nice fixture, middle of the season or third part of the season. Very good.
Come on,
Very
you are
good.
you.
The only thing could make up for made up for the
Weekend.
Liverpool performance yesterday was both Manchester team to drop points today. But I think it's a big ask. Yes.
Oh, you never know with Brighton.
Brighton don't have a team already. It's like they're going to play with 9 players today. I mean,
No, they have
looking at
other
quality.
backups.
No,
anyways.
looking at the quality one, the quality players they have, it kind of looks like they only got real 9 quality players on the. It's really hard to ask. So anyway, let's see how the teams fare. This is Captain Sena, Dave B, Footy Guru, Puva, and Hidayat signing off. We'll see you guys next week. You'll never walk alone. Bye.
Ciao.